We see a battle of fighting types. Toxicroak happens to be the fighter that beats the other fighter. Due to his resistance to fighting type damage itself, we farm up, throw the dynamic punch the opponent catches onto. What did they catch on? Oh my gosh! Why? Why would you do that? Oh, hold up. We could get another boom. We are going straight for the Shadow Ball. The question is, does the opponent respect the damage? Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. So welcome back to the channel. At the time we're recording, we're about 2 hours off a Team Rocket takeover event. So to get yourself hyped, we have one of the craziest battle submissions I've ever received. Bearing in mind I've made content for like 5 years on and off. So it goes without saying that is a pretty big statement. However, we have got a full team of absolute glass cannons, all running nukes, and you know they're just going to be booms left, right and centre. If you're wondering just how attack weighted this team is, every single Pokemon on the team has a higher attack stat than Zapdos. Just let that sink in. Today's battles have been submitted to the channel by someone, in my opinion, with the best name in the world. But I would say that because he's got the same name as me. But it's not JamieFin, it is JamieF. And before someone says I sound a bit off today, first of all, it's a record temperature in the UK. And I've had to turn the fan off, so I'm absolutely bloody dying. So all that being said, without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, Jamie leads Shadow Toxicroak into Feraligatr. Inferior type neutral matchup. However, let's be honest, any fast move that hits any of these Pokemon for neutral looks like super effective because they are paper thin. However, the plus side of that is, as you can see, we're able to win CMP in almost every matchup. Another positive for Jamie in this matchup is Toxicroak and Feraligatr both pace at the same speed, the Dynamic Punch and the Hydro Cannon respectively. I was expecting the opponent to make a catch, they actually end up playing to the CMP tile, they do not win back-to-back times. A top tip for this opponent, or anyone watching this video to be honest, if you lost CMP the first time, chances are you're bloody likely to lose it again, so don't make the same mistake over and over again. Jamie sends out Electivire, looks for the one shield, full Thundershock farm though, opponent force our final protection, then pivot out into Typhlosion. Trainer, have mercy on Typhlosion, Typhlosion going to be straight in, and straight out Wild Charge. A clean one hit KO, back out, comes Feraligatr just to feed Electivire, yet more energy. Oh no, that said Corviknight. Corviknight straight in and straight out. Get that Corviknight off my screen and we take that game. Oh, I'm going to have no voice left by... Oh my gosh, we don't throw at the best time. And I was going to say by the end of this submission. Oh, they don't shield the either. Trainer, no, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Returning to... Oh god, please tell me they shield. Trainer, you've seen the Dynamic Punch. Okay, they are going to use a shield. We pivot into Electivire. I'm going to try and compose myself, regain my composure. I got no idea what's going on. This is sham. What the heck was that? Bulldoze? As if I wasn't already bamboozled, we just got bulldozed by a Sandslash. Oh fuck. That's another one shot. Oh, why are we baiting? I guess never bait often. Oh, that's brutal. Oh no, we don't make it anyway. I think I should just watch the battles with you guys. Oh my god, there's a catch. I've got no idea what's going on. I've completely lost the plot, but at least I guess we're going to get to see Toucannon do something. Toucannon reach the Beak Blast, and after almost 2 battles, it's finally going to do something, and somehow we win. I'm not entirely sure what happened in any of that battle, but we did win, heading into the next one. Right, this one we're going to shoutcast like a true professional. Toxicroak into Trevenant, by no means the best matchup. You see Shadow Claws tearing us to shreds. Does this opponent respect the damage? Of course they bloody don't. What are people doing? If you see Toxicroak, just bloody shield everything. Out comes Stunfisk. This has got to go shielded right. Please shield, trainer. Oh! Why? Why? I guess 2 shield Talonflame. Not sure really why we're baiting it. We're not going to reach another move. But I guess they're obliged to shield everything. Well, I think they've actually quit the game. Probably uninstalled the game, to be honest, after them back-to-back booms. Can I blame them? Probably not. That was absolutely brutal. But once again, JamieF, aka not JamieFin, will be emerging victorious in yet another very strange game. GG's, and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we have found ourselves a huge problem, and its name is Typhlosion. The reason it's a problem, we've got nothing weak to fire, but nothing can tank and Incinerate well whatsoever. You can see, of course, Incinerate doing objectively more than the poison stings. Jamie actually able to survive the Thunder Punch, much to my surprise. We send out Electivire, and look at Electivire getting absolutely shredded. Just let it go, trainer, please. Please, for the love of God. Oh my god. The opponent is down both Protect Shield. We've almost lost 2 Pokemon. Just a pure fast move pressure. Oh, actually, we did tank 1 Thunder Punch. Toucannon's definitely going to have to do something in this battle, because it's literally the only healthy Pokemon. Let's go, Toucannon. Most people think you're the star of the show. You've been absolutely trashed to this point. It's now your time to put in some work. You can't just be there for the memes. You've got to be doing something good. We're at -1. Is a -1 Beak Blast enough? 2 knockout? Of course it is. There's a 1-hit KO. Oh, Corviknight's a problem. I guess we need to tank the first one in case they get the boost. Evidently not. Jamie's cooking up something. Let's see what he's cooking. Oof, beautiful catch. It looks like I really did talk that boost into existence, but I think it's simply too little too late for the opponent. While Toucannon might be fully walled, have no doubt Beak Blast, a completely busted move from a very attack-weighted Shadow Pokemon. The first one does over half the remaining health, and with that logic, the second one is going to be all she wrote. GG's that opponent. Heading into the next battle, this time we see another Incinerate user in the lead position. Gorgeist, pretty thick, but I believe a Shadow Ball should 1-hit KO. There, I would like to see one extra Poison Sting, but let's not get distracted. Oof, Toxicroak claims yet another victim. While 7 would have been optimal timing, 6 actually worked out better for us, meaning we didn't take the Incinerate damage, and we're able to, oh my god, reach a charge with an incoming Toucannon. Why didn't they shield? Heading into the next one. Oh my god, Toxicroak in this lead is completely stealing the show. Oof, nice catch too. If you are going to attempt to run such a glassy team as this, I think it's kind of important that you do look to soak resisted moves on other Pokemon where possible. But the issue is that they're very easily countable. Not this is a hard counter by Electivire by any means, but a Bulldoze, despite being non-stab, would definitely knock us out. We go for the Ice Punch bait, forcing the protection, and this time with full sending is Tinkaton in Wild Charge range. Oh, for 1 HP survive. That actually might work out better for us. Toxicroak now will get yet more energy together. And the thing with Toxicroak energy is it goes absolutely everywhere. There's only one Pokemon, a family of Pokemon in the game that can resist Ghost and Fight, and that is Hisuian Zoroark that you're never ever going to see unless you're unfortunate enough to run into my buddy Callum on Toast when he's on an absolute meme and dream spice team. So as you can see there, the Dynamic Punch lands for so much neutral damage. Again, a Corviknight gets the boost. I can't hate this Pokemon, but it is now being released in its Shadow form, so I guess we'll try it out. Perhaps then it won't be so bloody boring and bulky. However, unless the opponent pivots out, the Bolt going to do us more favours than them, as it just gives us yet more farm. Oh, trainer, say it isn't so. Gelatin isn't the Toucannon answer you are looking for. They've got no shields, Beak Blast, almost a 1-hit KO. I think it's actually going to work out perfectly. I'm not sure if Toxicroak's got a move bank. We should be able to Poison Sting, farm them down. Why the heck did they Shadow Ball? Perhaps bad manners. Who knows? Who cares? Not me. We Dynamic Punch Corviknight, knock it from the sky, and take that game. In the next battle, we see Gorgeist in the lead position. I personally would throw 7, but last time we threw 6. The opponent didn't shield, it means we don't take the Incinerate damage. However, as this opponent did actually choose to invest to protect shield, 7 would be optimal, meaning we get more energy and we actually get 1 further Poison Sting's worth of damage too. A very nice Shadow Ball catch onto Toucannon, baiting out Licky far too thicky. Toucannon looks to put Licky's bulk to the test. Beak Blast, almost a 1-hit KO. The opponent doesn't throw any energy. I'm not entirely sure on that play, but we're not complaining. Another play I'm not sure on is why would you send out Diggersby that has got literally no fast move pressure into us whatsoever, rather than send out Gorgeist for a farm down. Some very strange plays going on. The opponent now with no shield to hide behind. Toxicroak looks to close the show with 2 shields to hide behind. Going to be shielding up absolutely everything. We shield at the Fire Punch. I'm anticipating the opponent trying to make a catch. No catch attempt is made. Dynamic Punch going to land on its intended target. Diggersby, aka Thickersby, doesn't look all that thick after all. Toxicroak claims the first victim. Back out comes Gorgeist for a very brief cameo appearance. Toxicroak nukes absolutely everything, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see Corsola in the lead position. Again, I'd like to see the 7 Poison Stings. I don't think Shadow Ball will come anywhere near close to knocking out, as this thing is hella thick. Oof. I'm so sorry, Toxicroak. Why did I doubt you? Fuck me, that is a non-stab Shadow Ball. Almost one-shot in one of the bulkiest Pokemon in the Great League. That is frankly absurd. Whilst Jamie's fast move timing wasn't great there, he made 2 very, very nice plays, able to catch the double resisted Shadow Ball onto our normal and flying type, and also sneak the wing attack, sniping down the remaining HP. The opponent looking to Incinerate farm down, unable to get it, and now find herself with no shields to hide behind. Jamie sends out Electivire. It looks like we're looking to trust an Electivire to close the show. The opponent is at 100 energy. We completely sacrificed Toxicroak. I guess Jamie's thinking, we've had enough Toxicroak action. It's time for someone else to do something. Electivire farms up, throws the Ice Punch. Ice Punch is resisted. Wolverine and Skeleturge from the field of play. Out comes Gelatin. If I was the opponent, I would have just top left. Trainer, if you think you're surviving a Wild Charge, you must be mad. This Wild Charge probably kills that Gelatin and every Gelatin ever in the Go Battle League, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see Dustoir in the lead position. Looks like Jamie was thinking about the switch. You can tell that because he was tapping very close to Toucannon. He actually opts to stay in with Toxicroak, tanked the Shadow Punch, not well, but just about able to survive and reach the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball forced to protection. Rather than concede a farm, though, pivot out into Toucannon. The opponent goes for the Drill Peck catch onto Lantern, and we're absolutely hard punished here. As unfortunately, we are fully walled, but once again, Beak Blast is no joke. Oh my days. This silly electric fish used to be the bane of my life back in the day. Especially when you had something like Skarmory, you'd just be completely walled. But Toucannon isn't really walled by anything. It just hits so absurdly hard. The opponent very unnecessarily full sent a Thunderbolt at a very low health Toucannon. Whilst that was unnecessary, what is necessary if you're going to use these glass cannons is counting. Jamie makes a back-breaking catch onto his 1 HP Toxicroak, saving 2 shields in the process, and this game is completely over. Stinkerton did not appreciate that wild charge. Jamie, looking to close the show, going to go for the 1 shield. Full Thundershock farm down, leaving with back-to-back wild charges. 1 for Dustoir, 1 for Lantern. Back out comes Dustoir. Of course, it's going to be straight in and straight out. Electivire, an absolute monster. Back out comes Lantern. Is it necessary to wild charge it? Of course it is. Get that Seal Electric Fish off my screen, and we take that game. Heading into the next battle, we see another Turtonator in the lead position. Last time we did throw 5 Poison Stings and the Dynamic Punch, potentially anticipating the opponent going straight for a brutal swing. This time Jamie makes the adjustment, throws at much better timing, firing off the Dynamic Punch, forcing the first protection of the game. The opponent looking for the full Incinerate farm down. Toxicroak says no, the opponent bank 100 energy. We see a simultaneous swap with Toucannon interfere it. Jamie finds out with that magical 2-0 shield advantage. He knows he tanks the Swift, gonna reach the Beak Blast, and Beak Blast, have no doubt, gonna be a massive 1-hit KO. Furret gets removed from the field of play, and out comes Feraligatr, the not so angry alligator. To be angry, of course, you gotta be the Shadow. Jamie with 2 shields, definitely shielding question mark. Oh, I thought we were going to no-shield there, and that is not a good idea as Electivire doesn't take a hit for shit. Back out comes Turtonator, and Turtonator is going to breed it with a wild charge. Wild charge is resisted. It doesn't look so resisted. We're able to make the catch back onto Toxicroak, setting up a very, very nice Thundershock farm down afterwards. Electivire gets that Thundershock farm down, leaving 1 off the wild charge for Alligator, about to feel the wrath of Electivire, and that is going to be all she wrote. Judging by huge amounts of lag, it looks like Jamie's opponent has quit like an absolute baby and having a little sulk, but we win regardless. In the next battle, we see the battle of the fighting types. Toxicroak, much like Annihilate, is the fighter that beats the other fighting types due to resisting fighting type damage itself. The opponent farm up catch. Oh my god, onto Shiftry. Not entirely sure about that play. Potentially they were hoping it was a mud bomb. It was not. Out comes Skeleturge, and again, are we going to land back-to-back booms? Does the opponent respect the damage? Much to my disappointment, it did go shielded, but I guess on a team like this, it doesn't really matter because something's getting boomed. All 3 Pokemon with that big boom potential. Speaking of which, Skeleturge didn't respect that either. I'm not entirely sure on this play from our opponent. The voluntarily aligned Scrafty into Toucannon, the Pecks doing crazy damage. They're unable to counter farm down before the next Drill Peck's reached, and that is going to be yet another very quick dub. In the next battle, we see Morpeko in the lead position, and the opponent does us a huge favour, pivoting out, probably anticipating counter, but of course we are on Poison Sting, and out comes Glitterpod, interestingly running Waterfall. Waterfall was buffed last season, but I think Fury Cut or even Shadow Claw would be objectively better. Back out comes Morpeko. We've already seen just how hard Toucannon hits, landing these resisted Beak Blasts. The opponent very wisely invested Protect Shield. We settle for the Drill Peck. Is the opponent going to 2-shield regardless, despite we don't have the energy? Yes, they are, and this is why you really need to count. I'm a big fan of this play, pivoting out into Electivire and limiting the farm, as Morpeko can really get out of hand when it's got too much energy. Morpeko, once again, greeted with a resisted charge move. But the issue for Morpeko is they have 0 bulk. That resisted wild charge moves them from the field of play, and out comes Hypno. Somewhat of a problematic Pokemon. Toxicroak double weak, or 4 times weak if you will, to the confusion damage. We've got that Shadow Ball, that big get out of jail free card, and we're able to take that game. In the next battle, we see Shadow Camerupt in the lead position. We've already seen that every single time we've seen an Incinerate user. It's been a big problem for this team due to its lack of bulk. Jamie forces a Protect Shield, pivots out into Toucannon. The opponent farm up to 100 energy, aka double Rock Tomb, but unfortunately played to the CMP, so they do not win, and we very quickly are able to force the opponent all shields down. Jamie is going to invest a Protect Shield. The issue for us is if shield once, you kind of force to shield twice. Or potentially we're just looking to deplete the energy. It looks like we're going for the latter option. We send out Electivire. It looks like the opponent was spamming the switch into Greninja, and this works out very, very nicely for us. Although you wouldn't really think it, to be honest, as these water shriekings are actually doing quite a lot, but not as much as the thunder shocks. Jamie recognises he's going to be unable to farm down, pivots into Toxicroak and looks to force the energy. Electivire able to get that farm down. A camera up returns. I imagine we throw one and the ice punch and look to remove it from the field of play. Back out does come camera up, and we're actually firing off the wild charge. That is resisted, but should get the job done. Down goes camera up. Oh my god, out comes Sharpedo. I thought we were going to get Waterfall farm down. We're just about able to reach another wild charge. Wild charge, poor old Sharpedo. Straight in and straight out in another very crazy and chaotic endgame. Heading into the next battle, we see Jellicent in the lead position. Oh my god, please tell me this goes unshielded. Does the opponent respect the damage? Bang! There it is. Shout out to Go Oxford you for that. Out comes Wigglytuff. Toxicroak still not done. Being part poison, not actually taking too much damage from the charms. He fires off the dynamic punch, bouncing off the protect shield and make a quick switch into Electivire. Jamie instantly puts up that protect shield lockly, about to get debuffed, but Electivire simply does not care as it hits insanely hard. We go for one and the ice punch. Ice punch forces the opponent's final protect shield and the opponent is going to be able to outpace. Jamie hits the Notion. Looks like Toucannon's tasked with closing the show. Toucannon enters the arena. Can we farm down before they reach a charge move? Yes, we can. Toucannon gets that farm down. Out comes Cradilly. Cradilly going to be greeted with the first Beak Blast. Beak Blast might not quite be lethal. The opponent is able to survive on 1 HP and a dream. Make the world's most unnecessary catch. Actually, let's be honest. This team is far too basic. Far too trashy, so the opponent deserves to be flexed on, and we do exactly that, putting the stamp of authority in the battle. GG's. In the next battle, we see Stinkerton in the lead position. Another one of my most hated Pokemon. Since it got its com day, it is very much rose in popularity. We make a savage, double-resisted, non-stab bulldoze catch onto Toucannon. When have you ever seen Toucannon tank a charge move so well? That was poetry in motion. Our joy is rather short-lived as out comes Morpeko. In theory, it's hard punishes, but trainer, I think you need to throw. You need to throw the opponent looking for that Thundershock farm down. Toucannon says, me, hard counter. You having a laugh? We're able to force both protect shields. We've got a charge move banked on Toxicroak. Morpeko might think his attack stats high, but Toxicroak able to win the charge attack priority. Deny all of that energy. Back out comes Stinkerton, and we're going for the Shadow Ball. I'm not entirely sure Shadow Ball does more damage, to be honest, but why not? I've actually just looked that up, and Shadow Ball not only is less energy efficient, Dynamic Punch actually has more damage too. Grumpig would kind of be an exception running the same two movesets, as neither of them get the same type attack bonus. Shadow Ball would be the move to throw if you're only reaching one. However, as I'm yapping away, you're about to see yet another jellyfish straight in and straight out. Electivire claims yet another victim, and we're able to take that game. Heading into the final battle of today's video. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad. Not that I'm not enjoying Shoutcaster, but this heat is absolutely killing me. I am dying. But we're going to hold it together for one more battle. We saw Altiria in the lead position, which on paper looks like somewhat of a problematic Pokemon, but we're able to land the Shadow Ball, instantly putting them down to around a third health. We pivot into Electivire, baiting out Scrafty. This opponent clearly not scared of Charm, but Charm, of course, has been nerfed. The opponent might not be scared of fairies, but they're scared of the threat of a wild charge. They shoot up the ice punch bait, got wild charge to their face. Back out comes Altiria. And is there any way we just Poison Sting farm down this Altiria? Yes, we do. Toxicroak leaves completely loaded. Oh my god, out comes Registeel. Oh baby, this is GG's and thanks for playing. Trainer, just top left. There is no world where this stupid Tin Can is able to beat Toxicroak in the one shield behind on energies, as we see the inevitable play out. Don't forget to remove frustration off your Shadow Pokemon. I think you can do that for around the next 3 or 4 days. Get hunting some of the new Shadows, because as you can tell from this battle submission, the Shadow Pokemon are not here to take part. They are here to take over. So I just want to say a huge thank you to Jamie for the battle submission. And if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. The link to our battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.